Once you have a setup in place, it is the daily process which is the most important thing. And for the daily process, what you have to do is have a very well thought out morning process which looks for opportunities for the day and opportunities for holding for weeks or months. So for this, I have a set routine in which I look for primarily in the morning the stocks which had earnings either last night or today morning. Now this video is being done on Monday morning. Monday morning you don't have earnings which have happened last night kind of a thing. But in a typical weekday, you're going to find earnings which have been released after hours. Whenever companies release earnings, the market immediately reevaluates the prospects of that particular company and then immediately makes a decision about whether that stock is likely to go up or go down. And many of these moves can be very big one day moves, and many of these moves can kick off a rally which can last anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks. And in that particular time period, those stocks can make very explosive moves. Sometimes they can go up 100% to 300% in just a matter of few weeks after an earnings has been released. So in order to benefit from this kind of a thing, there has to be a process flow. So what I'm going to show you today is my process flow, which focuses on finding these kind of opportunities early in the morning and the kind of sites and the kind of resources which I use in order to structure my finding of these stocks. So let's go and look at my TC 2000 or look at my total process of doing this. So let's look at my process. The idea behind this process, or the whole idea, objective of this process, is to find a stock with a catalyst. For this, I use number of resources, and those number of resources I use is I have a subscription to briefing.com, which is very good for finding stocks which have a catalyst. Then I have earnings, the fly, where I look for any earnings news or stocks which have news. Then I have MarketSmith, which is very good for finding out what is the track record of a company in terms of earnings or sales. And then I have this proprietary tool which looks for how many analysts have raised price target on a stock. Then I use this free site called Earnings Whisper, where you can see stocks which are released earnings in the morning, and it will tell you which stocks has how much earnings or sales. And then based on this, I create a watch list. Similarly, I have Seeking Alpha, and in Seeking Alpha, I look for like any news. Then there is this free website, Zax, where if you look at the earnings report here, you can see what is the surprise on a stock. So the stocks with a surprise is what I am most focused on. Similarly, I look at a sales surprise. So these are stocks which are sales surprise. And then in addition to this, I have the TC 2000 on which I am looking for pre-market gainers. So I have a scan called pre-market which looks for stocks which are up or down in the pre-market, and then for each one of these, now this particular stock which is looks like a Chinese stock which is up around 317%, then I look for what is the news, because stocks with news catalyst tend to make big one day moves, or they tend to make big multi month or multi year kind of a move. So that is the basic objective behind finding situations or finding catalyst like this. This entire process in the morning takes me around 10 to 15 minutes. And once I'm done with this particular process, I come out with a list of stocks which will be the action point for that particular day. And those are the stocks which I focus on for finding opportunities for that day or for holding for a longer period. So if you are focused on finding stocks with catalyst, you need a well-oiled machinery to look at stocks which have a catalyst in pre-market or post-market, and then use that particular methodology to shortlist stocks and then buy those stocks either at open or during the day.